After 20 races, Formula One finally arrives in the desert of Abu Dhabi. All the titles are decided, but there's still a lot to play for here in the Twilight City. So Formula One comes to Abu Dhabi on the back of what was the most exciting Grand Prix of the season in Brazil. Max Verstappen, Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz grace the podium with drama happening all around the field. After 10 months of racing, this is the final round of the season here under the setting sun of Abu Dhabi. Lewis Hamilton is already the 2019 champion with his teammate Valtteri Bottas confirmed in second. The battle for third is heating up between Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel, the two Ferraris on the back foot after their collision in Brazil. Sixth is also a battle. The two first-time podium scorers of Pierre Gasly and Carlos Sainz are level on 95 points, and behind them they have Albon in the Red Bull chasing them down. And from Ricciardo all the way to Kvyat in 14th place is the battle for 9th. Below that is Stroll, Magnussen and Giovinazzi battling for 15th, with Grosjean, Kubica and Russell out of any battles. In the Constructors' Championship, the top 4 places are already confirmed, with Mercedes crowned champions for the 6th year running, with Ferrari second, Red Bull third, and brilliant news with McLaren confirming 4th place with their first podium since 2014, last time out in Brazil. The big team battle to watch out for is between Renault and Toro Rosso for 5th place in the championship, with Racing Point having a massive outside chance of getting 5th. In fact, it's more likely Racing Point will focus on retaining 7th place from Alfa Romeo, with only 10 points back in 8th place. The bottom half of the table has also been decided, with Haas finishing 9th and Williams with 10th. No matter how many points they score, they will remain in the same positions at the end of the season. Alongside me for the final race of the 2019 World Championship is our two co-commentators, Ian Birch, hello Dad, and Megan Birch alongside us. And we'll come to you first, Dad. A crazy Brazilian Grand Prix that happened last time out, and understandably the big drama came between the two Ferraris of Charles Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel. All that accident, just the lightest touches, changed the race completely.
Was his mind on other things? You know, his wife's just given birth.
Congratulations.
Right. He didn't want to go to Maranello, so I don't know if he did or not. Yeah. Lightest of touches, those wishbones are strung from one angle and not from another. It's just an incident.
Racing incident?
Yeah, because they didn't give each other enough room.
Megan, it's rule 1 of motorsport. Don't hit your teammate, and read rule 2. What do you think the relationship between the two drivers of Vettel and Leclerc is at now? Is Leclerc going to be slightly more wary of racing against Vettel now?
Probably.
I thought that rule number 1 of motorsport was don't ask Megan about Brendan Hartley.
Speaking of Brendan Hartley, he was in the Formula E and he didn't have a great time with it. But Megan, yeah, off the Christmas list, aren't you again?
No, she's not.
You're not?
No.
On the Christmas list?
She got a card this morning.
Nicely done.
No, I didn't.
It's amazing how I can write like Brendan Hartley.
This is what I have to put up with.
It said Dear Jinx.
Yeah, you are a bit of a jinx, aren't you? I think Sarah's not invited you to the ball either.
I'm just a jinx from motorsport. I can't help it.
Okay, Dad. Max Verstappen also taking victory last time out as well. Red Bull looking extremely strong at the moment with the Honda engine. It's taken
New Honda deal.
Yeah, new Honda deal until 2021. This is just going to get better and better for the Honda engine works.
Yeah, especially if Alex stays, because Alex has proved, I mean, as Christian was saying this morning, that Alex is been a vast improvement on what they thought he would be. And that he was doing so well. And Alex said that if Lewis had just waited about 2 corners more, he'd have taken him without any incident and he'd got third. Actually, apparently Karun was in between them on the plane.
Oh dear.
No, they're fine. You know, they're great pals, those two, right? But Alex was moaning about the fact that he could have got his first podium and things like that.
Yeah.
Then the captain comes down, congratulates Carlos, and upgrades him to first class.
Well, that's just the way it goes. That's quite a bonus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just speaking of which, Pierre Gasly also finished second, and it was a well-deserved second. The Toro Rosso Honda engine out-dragging the Mercedes up the hill.
It was as Megan will tell you that he got it on merit.
Absolutely, he did as well. And another driver who got it on merit is your favourite team, McLaren. Carlos Sainz eventually promoted up to third place. You've been very critical of Mercedes, especially during the Honda deal, ever since 2015, ever since we started the Facebook and the YouTube stuff. Yes, McLaren. Did I say Mercedes?
Yeah.
I do apologise. End of the season. But you've been very critical of Mercedes. But look, they're fun.
You did it again.
I did it again. See? It's because of what I'm going to say next. You've been very critical of McLaren, especially over the past few years. But for the first time since 2014, they've got their podium, finally. I mean, that must be a glimmer of hope for McLaren.
A very, very dim one. I mean, you're talking like... I'm going to go into Star Wars terms here.
What a surprise.
You're talking Darth Vader halfway through when he was just about to become good. And like just like a slight glimmer of hope.
Lando Norris. There you go. There's another Star Wars
That's a
thing.
new Star Wars movie, isn't it? A Glimmer of Hope.
Yes, and I've got a Lando Norris joke in there as well. Lando Norris, he's developing, but still this weekend still. You haven't got a mic. Next year we'll all have mics, by the way.
Have you got a mic?
No, you have.
May I just say, episode 9's about to come out.
Yes, I know. We're all very excited. But let's get back to the motorsport with the other Millennium Falcon, Lando Norris. Him and Carlos Sainz are now 10-10 in the qualifying battles. Who do you think is going to come out on top? It's been incredibly close all year. Sainz or Lando?
Lando.
Dad, who do you think is going to come out on top?
I think it's going to be Carlos, but both of them are acting like cowboys at the moment because it's 10 to 10 to 10 to 10.
That was all on the cuff as well. So this is throwing scripts out the way.
I haven't got any cuffs.
You haven't got any cuffs. Right, we're all going to have microphones next year, so don't worry about that as well. As I'm just alerted that we're running slightly over time. So Megan, just quickly as well from you. Coming into this weekend as well, we've had a lot over the past year in terms of how to change the spirit of Formula One. You've been very critical over changing the spirit of Formula One. But now they have officially announced...
Take it back.
Yeah, they've now officially announced...
Take it back to racing.
Take it back to racing.
It's a bit computerised now.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The 2021 rules, because this is the first time we've had Megan on the show since the rules have been announced.
It's all right going to the limit of the rules, but, you want racing. I mean, that's what British touring cars is.
And the ballast.
Racing. Still a lot of rules, right? But they race, don't they?
They do indeed. Megan, you've seen the 2021 cars now. What's your opinion on the rules? Is it A, going to be close to racing, or B, exactly the same, why change it? Especially after the race we had in Brazil.
I just want everything to go back to normal with it. I mean, just make it a nice race. I mean, I think it'll just stay... I hope it won't stay the same in team orders wise, though I hope it at least changes in the way that we're actually going to have some excitement and it won't be the same people every single time.
You agree with that?
No.
What's your opinion?
The best should be the best, right? And I know what she means. I know what she means, but, even up the things, yeah. But the reason you've got all those marquees in motorsport like Mercedes and Honda and things like that is because they want to see their cars as being the best.
Megan?
I mean, I'm sure they want their cars to be the best as well, but I just want a bit more excitement in Formula One. I mean, it's just getting too predictable.
I do too.
Too predictable.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is getting too predictable, but Belgium...
Unpredictable.
Brazil was a unpredictable race, and understandably you went in the commentary box.
We've had a few recently that the racing's been done in the midfield.
A lot, and that's the only championship, the midfield battle, which is still up for grabs.
Yeah.
Between Renault and Toro Rosso. Right, thank you both. Stay with us because we've got a few more things coming after the segment. You can pop off. But after this, we'll have the lap attack where we look on board with the Renault RS19 from this year at the Abu Dhabi circuit. Let's take a look around this 5.554 kilometre circuit. A lap record of a 1:42.79 set in the race. Into turn 1. Light on the brakes, 4th gear, get the power on early. Turn 2, uphill, flat out segment. Turn 3, just trying to avoid the apex as much as possible. Stick to the middle of the track before coming into turn 4. A heavy braking spot, 70 metres from the corner. Drop down to second, get the power on mid-corner as we approach now the hairpin of turn number 7. Get the tight middle apex line, fire it down now, all the way down this kilometre-long back straight. Open up the DRS and just sort of get ready for the eventual braking zone. It just sings to you. This car, 3, 2, 1, hit the brakes at about 110 metres down to second gear. Hard on the corners, you come into turn 8 and 9. A little bit of oversteer as you rise up the hill mid-corner, past the support pit lane at turn 10. Second DRS zone is open now as you hurtle down towards turn 11. Start the third sector. Hard on the brakes down all the way third gear. Missed the apex a little bit, but it cuts nicely back to you for the chicane at 12 and 13. Turn 14 next up, drop down third gear, and on my favourite part of the track, turns 15, 16 to the braking zone of 17. Full throttle, flick the car in, hard on the brakes into turn 17, drop all the way down to third gear, throw the car in on full opposite lock as you come underneath the Yaz Hotel at turn 18. 19 next up. What a car's like to throw in the barrier here in Formula 2. Not too much of that in Formula 1. Turn 20 and 21, the last 2 corners on the track. Get it right, you spat off into the wall. No braking zones, so you have to pick red marker coming to the last corner and fire it to the line. And that is a lap of the Yas Marina circuit in the Renault for 2019. An amazing circuit, and the drivers enjoy it, although it still hasn't caught the imagination of the Formula 1 fans. They still and ah about Abu Dhabi. I personally like it. It's a great circuit. So I want to...
Overtake.
You don't like it?
No, you can't overtake.
I do like it, though. It's a good circuit.
The end of the season things where championships have been won, you know, Lewis backed him up.
Yeah, I did. 2016.
Right. You just can't overtake like you should at other tracks. Let's hope.
Let's hope we get a good race, Megan.
Abu Dhabi 2009 is my first memory of Formula 1. Just saying.
That was the first race as well.
Really?
Yeah.
So all the times we stuck it on in your bedroom and said, "Sleep, you little."
That was me.
That was both of you.
Yeah, it was, to be fair. You used to have a car's television. That used to be mine.
Did I?
Yeah.
Cars. Yeah, the shape of a car from the
Lightning
Disney
McQueen.
film.
Lightning.
Lightning McQueen.
I'm not sure I did.
You did at one point.
Yes, you
No,
did.
I had a TV from like the 90s.
First world problems, eh? Right, on to this weekend. Driver announcement, finally. We now know the whole 2020 grid. Nicholas Latifi in for Robert Kubica. He's going to be alongside George Russell. So 2 Canadians on the grid with...
Own a shop.
Nice Stroll. Nicholas Latifi, yeah.
Like a series of shops
Yes, big shops.
where Lance Stroll's dad's friends and people he manufactures these clothes for sell.
Just a bit. I bet come in a bit. It comes to being talking about a shot.
Yeah, well, you know, Latifi will do fine.
Latifi will do fine, but that does mean, Megan, that Nico Hülkenberg is without a drive in Formula 1, and that means this weekend is his last race. Where do you think he's going to end up?
World Endurance, I think he's going to end up in.
WEC?
WEC. That's where he should have been last year.
He did win the 2015 Le Mans with Porsche.
That was the start of what could be another career for him, and he should have gone then.
You took my next question that's on the script that says, Dad also announced this morning was that Sebastian Vettel and his wife Hannah had a baby boy, to which Vettel is arriving late in Abu Dhabi. He took that one earlier on. But, and you
Have to get a sidecar for his moped.
I know, he's got, what now is it, 2 daughters and a boy? Yeah, 2 daughters and a son.
A son and 2 daughters.
Unlike Ted Kravitz, who's got 3 daughters.
And I've got 2 daughters and 2 sons.
And he doesn't know which one is which. Because we've got those 2 here in the commentary box.
I know all of you.
Yes, but sometimes in the commentary box, and you know if you listen to it, you do say Megan or me.
Why?
Because we both sound alike.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Yeah, it is.
Why
Megan.
do we sound alike?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Megan, this weekend then, looking to tomorrow, as we're near the end of the programme, so don't worry, after about, 10 minutes. We're near the end of it now, but Megan, who's your top tip to top the final practice session? That was a lot of
That
tease.
voice was Game of Thrones. I don't know either. Personally, I watched The 100 instead.
Never seen an episode, although I have.
Tom.
Krypton's a good one.
It's a prequel to Superman.
The only person in this little huddle here who has seen Game of Thrones is her.
Yes.
Good?
She's got the hair for it.
She has got the hair.
I think it's alright.
Okay, Megan, I need quickly, because I'm being told to hurry up, your top tip for tomorrow for practice.
Don't crash into each other.
And your tip for who's going to top?
I have a feeling about Vettel's going to top the practice session.
Megan's going Vettel. Dad, who are you going for?
Vettel might go for it. But, when your son's been born in Formula One, they then do tend to try a bit more to get like a victory or a podium, don't they? And things like that. Right, and everybody could say Shop could get it. That's Leclerc, by the way. All the French people will understand that joke. Shop.
You've also just reminded me.
But I think
Yes.
it'll be Valtteri or Lewis.
You just reminded me about Valtteri Bottas as well, just a second ago, when you were saying about baby boy. Sad news that Valtteri and his wife Emelina have decided to part ways, going into.
Or part waves because she's an Olympic swimmer.
She's an Olympic swimmer, yeah, but apparently the schedule was too much for them both, so they're not spending time together. We don't know too much, but we know that it was scheduling.
Yeah.
Okay, Megan, final word.
Valtteri.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Right, we'll be back. I will be back tomorrow. These two will be back for the two shows on Sunday. But we've got the Friday practice review as usual at 6:30. We've got the Saturday practice review at 12:30. Sunday race preview underway at 12. And Megan and Dad will be back
I've got mine and Megan's contracts here.
Oh, because it's 2:02 on Sunday, yeah. They'll be here. Sunday race preview.
Doesn't say Sunday here at all.
And our special end of season
We'll
rap
have to
show.
negotiate, Josh.
Yeah, I wonder what that's going to cost me. We'll be back for the special end of season rap show as well. We're not going to rap, but it's the wrap up show. So I want all of you, everyone, to think of the best
Rap.
movies.
I can't rap.
I can't tell her to wrap up all the time.
Well, I've already made.
Wrap up warm.
Yes.
I can't rap. I can sing though.
She does leave her coats all over the place.
She does. She
Where are
does.
they now, Meg?
There we go. Right, we'll be back then. I'll be back tomorrow on Saturday. These two will be back Sunday as well. And join us for the wrap up show on Sunday evening as well. But from us all here, it's bye for now.
It's bye for now. Bye for now.